Okay, hello everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, and how's everyone doing today, this lovely Thursday? For those who are not aware, what is going on? I am Phil, I am. Today is actually Thursday the 8th of February 2018. I almost said 2017, excuse me. How's everyone doing? Hopefully good, and hopefully you're ready for a full day of gameplay streams here, ladies and gentlemen. We're starting up right now strong with the continuation of my UFC 3 playthrough. As you know, I've been doing the My Career mode, and it's been highs and lows. The first run I went through this thing, I couldn't figure it out at all. Got completely destroyed, and was retired before I even got out of the minors. My second run, I got to UFC, went on a pretty crazy tear of wins. Then they put me up against a rivalry against a guy who had stats ridiculously higher than me. The first time he completely bodied me, built myself back up again to face him, faced him a second time, literally beat the shit out of him in the match, and then over his decision, they said that he was the winner. And then the game retired me again. So now, ladies and gentlemen, now that I actually understand things, like, for example, the training mechanics, how to get the most out of training, the ground and pound, how to actually do ground and pound properly, and elbow, the opponent's face repeatedly for maximum damage and stuff like that. Now, I am turboing through the game in order to get back to where I was, so that hopefully I can get back to, I don't know if it's going to be the same rival. It was Uriah Hall, who I fought the first time. I don't know if it's going to be that person again, or if they're going to put me up against somebody else, which they might. But we'll see. I'm going to try to get through the game as quickly as possible today to get back to where I was and see, can I, beat my rival this time and, progress on in the game. Because this is really the last hurrah. No lie, guys. This is the last hurrah. If I get retired again, I'm done. There's no way in holy hell that I'm going to continue playing this fucking game. It really is far inferior to both UFC 1 and 2, in my opinion. I mean, at least in those games, I was able to learn the basics and do pretty decently in my career. Was I the best? No. But at least I was able to do decently. This is just ridiculous. Like, the insane difficulty spike is out of control. I couldn't believe the difficulty spike last session. That was just uncalled for. So, let's see how things go today. And, like I said, this may be the last stream of UFC or not. I know some people have been asking me, people have been asking me to play the online play of the game, do multiplayer online. I would consider playing the online as like a final thing. Once I'm done and I'm like, okay, this is it, I'm not going to play this game anymore, then I'll probably jump online and do a session of online. So that more than likely will be coming. Will it be today? Will it be Sunday? I don't know when it's going to be. We'll see. But, yes, I am considering playing the online of it eventually as a final thing. Okay? Later tonight, folks, I'm going to be doing more PUBG. So for those who love my late-night PUBG streams, it returns tonight. Tomorrow, my main gameplay stream will be, ladies and gentlemen, ready? It will be, what the hell? I just got a pop-up in my stream chat, and it says, if a raid is offensive, do something about it in moderation settings. Oh, I see. It's Papa Lou. Papa Lou started a stream raid, and they basically have new warnings now. Oh, if you're being raided, you can click here to moderate and stuff. I see. All right. Greggy got timed out already for spamming too many emotes. Look out, guy. Oh my goodness, you guys are silly. Anyway, tomorrow, Friday, will be the return of Super Mario Sunshine. And folks, I've been doing so well at the game, I may beat it tomorrow. Because I've only got, I believe, 4 more shines to get in the hotel world. And then we've got the final world, whatever it is, which has 8 shines. And, I have to beat that Shadow Mario. And apparently then it unlocks the end of the game. And I don't know how long or difficult the end of the game is. But, judging by how good I've been doing at Super Mario Sunshine recently, I might beat it. I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. Recently, I've been doing a hell of a lot better at games than usual. Like, for example, Shadow of the Colossus. I don't think anyone expected me to beat it in 2 sittings, but I did, right? Recently, Super Mario Sunshine, a lot of the difficult stuff I seem to be beating in just a couple shots. I'm not really getting too stuck on too much. So I don't really know what's going on in that regard. Maybe I'm just... Either one of two things has happened. Either after 10 years of doing this, right, making gameplay for the internet, I finally absorbed some knowledge and I'm getting better at games, or it's just a random strike of luck. You know, a lightning bolt must have hit me in my sleep and shot me in the ass or something, and I'm sure this will all die out soon. I'm sure this will all die out soon. Don't worry. Okay. All right, everybody. So, that being said, tomorrow, maybe the conclusion of Super Mario Sunshine. Tomorrow night, I am doing, yes, even more PUBG tomorrow. I'm trying to get in as much as possible, because keep in mind, guys, I'm taking 4 days off next week, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. And I want to get in as much as possible beforehand. Saturday will be a multiplayer special day. I haven't done a multiplayer-only day in a long time. So I think on Saturday, what I may do is some Call of Duty and some Battlefront 2. You know, maybe. I think that's what people might want to see. Something very, very different. I haven't done it in over a month. So there you go. And then Sunday is totally up in the air. I'm not sure what I'm doing on Sunday. It's all going to depend on how do I do with Mario, how do I do with UFC. Ideally, what I would like to do on Sunday is finish up anything that's an ongoing playthrough, so that way there's nothing lingering during my time off. Everything will feel complete, right? And that way, when I come back from my time off this week, coming up, I can start new stuff right away, right out of the gates, rather than, oh, now I'm going to go back to the old stuff. No, I can start new stuff right away. So, that's what I'm thinking, folks, for the next few days' schedule. Today, UFC and PUBG. Tomorrow, Mario and PUBG. Saturday, multiplayer. Sunday, completely up in the air. We'll see. All right. Sound good? All right, folks. So, I've got 3 main things to talk about today. 3 main things. Number 1, the impending arrival of my girlfriend. I actually went this morning and I picked up her stuff from the local FedEx. She had shipped her stuff a few days ago, and I went and picked it up from FedEx, got it into the office here, and I'm feeling so positive and so great, guys. I really am. I'm feeling really good about everything recently. Again, positivity around all the streams and the content. Even YouTube, my views have been up. Everything's been good. My girlfriend's moving in this week. Everything's coming together. Everything is coming together. And I feel so positive about all of it, right? Pretty good. And I'm very excited for all of this to happen. I think even some nights this week, maybe what I'll do is clean out the office a little bit to prepare for her arrival. I mean, I could even, technically, if I clean out the office enough myself, I could hook up her monitor and her computer and have it all ready for her when she arrives, which would be nice. I think she would like that, but I guess we'll see. We'll see how much time I have the nights this week to do stuff like that. But yeah, pretty cool, right? So I'm very excited. So just so you guys know, as a heads up, next week, starting on Monday, February 12th, I will not be live streaming for 4 days. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, there will not be any live streams because my girlfriend's arriving. I'm moving her in. We're going out and doing stuff like getting her a phone, getting her driver's license, getting her clothes, doing all kinds of stuff that's essential for her to move in here and start her life here with me. So we need the time. Plus, we're going to be celebrating our first Valentine's Day together, which is really awesome. Can't wait for that. So it's going to be really amazing. 4 awesome days. Will I be taking some pictures for social media? Yes, I will. So I'll be showing you some pictures on social media of stuff that we're doing together. So keep your eyes peeled on my Twitter at they call me DSP or my Instagram. You'll get some information there. Will we be vlogging eventually? Yes, we will. Eventually, we will be vlogging something during that time, I'm sure. So, yes, folks, some great positive stuff coming up. Obviously, the negative here, I won't be here for 4 days. But when I come back, it's going to be up to you guys to determine what you want to see me play. I'm going to have a poll that's going to be live on Twitter at They Call Me DSP. And it's going to be, what do you want to see when I come back? Do you want to see Dynasty Warriors 9? Do you want to see the Secret of Mana remake? Or do you want to see me replay Grand Theft Auto San Andreas with the modernized graphics? I really remember they redid it for, I believe it was the Xbox 360. I'm not sure if they ever made it compatible with Xbox One. But I do know it's available on Xbox 360. So, yes, folks, I am going to put it up to a poll. Of course, keep in mind it's going to be with no music, San Andreas. I have to say that. It will be with no music because, sadly, I can't play games with music on YouTube anymore because of the copyright issues, okay? So those are going to be the 3 options for when I return from time off. And depending on what you guys vote will be what I play when I come back. Maybe second place will be the other game I balance that with. Because keep in mind, if I finish everything, if I finish Mario and UFC before I take my time away, I'm going to need all new stuff to pick up here, right? So it's going to be all new content when I'm back, which will be good. I think that'll get people back to the streams. You know, after being away for several days, people will come back and be like, yeah, let's do this, Phil. So I'm excited for that, okay? So that's number 1. My girlfriend's moving in next week. There will be time away. However, I'll be back full force, okay? Number 2, ladies and gentlemen. If you did not see it yet, you might want to check it out. A new DSP Tries It. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the DSP Tries It that I created as a special celebratory reward for us hitting 550 subscribers here on this channel in January. It's a double episode featuring the Wax Vac. Yes, if you never heard of it, it's a device that's supposed to suck wax out of your ears, and a special bonus. For those who did not see the video yet, all right, for those who did not hear this yet, hold on, sorry. I will be, well, boy, I am so confused because I started reading stream chat and it threw me off. Let's try this again. For those who have not seen the video yet, it's really good. I'm getting massive positive feedback. People are telling me this video is a throwback to classic Phil, and that it seems like I had a ton of fun making the video, and that it seems like my old style of humor, and that the old Phil is back. You know what? It's true. I'll be honest with you guys, all right? I'm going to be very, very honest with you guys, all right? For the years when I moved from Connecticut to Washington, so we're talking 2014, 15, 16, and I would say probably that's when it ended because last year is when things started to turn around again. Those years were very stressful for me. You know, I was trying to make a life moving across the country with my girlfriend at the time and trying to settle in and have a schedule that worked and trying to do things, you know, financially viably that just weren't working. I'm just being real with you guys. Like, really, things fell apart as soon as I moved across the country. We had YouTube ad revenues plummeting. They took me out of their search algorithm, false copyright strikes, swatting, like every possible negative thing that happened to me within a year and a half. And for me, it just stressed me out so much to the point where it did feel a lot of the time when I was working then that it was more like I was just coming to work and punching a clock and putting out videos to pay the bills rather than actually enjoying myself. In the last year, things have changed. In the last year, things have become way more positive for me. As you know, adopting the more interactive live streaming, way that I do things now, not putting emphasis on edited YouTube videos anymore, which used to take up a ton of my time, and instead just focusing on having fun gameplay experiences with you guys every day, have allowed me to feel better about my job and about what I do on a daily basis. I feel reinvigorated to do this, and every day I wake up excited to come to stream. I really do. It used to be the complete opposite. I wake up, feel like, shit, man, I gotta go fucking hurry up and get to work now. It's different now. It really is different, and I feel very, very positive about myself in the future. But in particular, this DSP Tries It video that I did, all right, I just approached it with a very silly attitude. Let me just do silly stuff. Let's see how it goes. I'll edit it, with cuts and stuff, and let's see how it works. People are telling me this is the best DSP Tries It I've done in years because it's actually a funny one instead of a serious one, and that if I continue to do videos like this that, it would basically be really cool. I don't honestly think it would give me any growth or turnaround on YouTube, and I'll tell you why, folks, because YouTube is a piece of garbage that doesn't really care about anyone who makes legit videos. It just wants to put shit into their fucking viral search algorithm and promote shit that doesn't deserve it. Like Luke Paul, who, guess what, is getting, not Luke Paul, Logan Paul, who's promoted again. He just came back from getting a community guideline strike. He uploads one video, and it immediately reaches the top search results of YouTube and kicks everything else out of search algorithm. So that's what YouTube wants. They want crap. They want toxicity. They want shit. They don't want funny videos. They don't want legitimately good stuff. They just want garbage. So if that's what YouTube wants, YouTube can have it. All right. So that being said, I uploaded this DSP Tries It last night, doing really well. Right? Overnight, it's already has, I believe, around 3,000 views, which is crazy because I uploaded it around like midnight last night. So you're talking within 12 hours. Word spread, already got 3,000 views. You know, more than likely this thing will grow in the next day or two. Already demonetized. YouTube has demonetized it, claiming that it's not suitable for advertisers. It's a video of me trying out a vacuum of wax in my ear and one other silly product. There's little to no swearing. It's funny as hell. There's no reason for it to be demonetized. YouTube is a piece of fucking fetid, decaying shit. It doesn't exist. It doesn't deserve my time anymore, quite honestly. It doesn't. It really doesn't. And that's why, sadly, I hate to tell you guys, you know, I loved making that video. I did. It was a lot of fun, and quite frankly, I'm glad that I did it, regardless of the fact of what's going on right now with it. But there's no way that I could go out of my way and say, oh, I'm now going to focus a lot of time on edited content for YouTube. I'm going to go back to the edited reviews, and I'm going to do edited style, you know, fun comedy videos and DSP Tries It. There's no point. There's literally no point anymore at all. There's no point because every video that's edited, it ends up getting demonetized at some point. No lie. Yet the vast majority of my gameplay videos on DSP Gaming never get demonetized. And all they are raw gameplay videos. Those seem to be protected for the most part. But every fucking video that I edit, that's a vlog or whatever, gets demonetized no matter what. So, for the bottom line is, folks, will I continue to make videos like that? Sure. If we hit sub goals here on Twitch, as celebratory events, as fun things, one-offs, absolutely, I would love to put out that kind of content for you. But it's just sad that I know I'll make no money on it. Right now, I'm making no money whatsoever on that video, and more than likely, by the time it gets remonetized, which takes about a day or more, all the views will already have come in for it, and it won't matter anymore, okay? It's stupid, it's completely pointless, and, you know, I hate YouTube, but like you guys know, I only upload there as fan service for you, and for those who've been 10-year fans of mine who cannot watch stuff on Twitch, that's why I still upload there. It is what it is. Go enjoy the video, regardless of the fact that I'm making no money on it. Go enjoy the video. Have fun with it. That's what was the point of it to begin with, okay? All right, folks, last but not least, and this is actually the biggest news of the day, so I hope you're listening up, guys and gals. There's big news. Twitch has changed their community guidelines, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not aware. They have massively updated their community guidelines, okay? I don't know if you've been, you know, paying attention to it or not. There's giant changes, okay? And really, the two giant changes are as follows. Ready? Number one, the one big change. No more hateful content. What that means is against sex, against race, basically prejudicial content. Having someone come out and using racial slurs, sexual slurs against someone's sexual orientation, and stuff like that. They're not going to put up with that anymore. And so if they find people who are violators of this, all right, they're going to get penalized and banned from the site. Now, the good news is, if you guys know, I don't do that stuff. That doesn't affect me in the least whatsoever. I'm not worried about it. My stuff is just honest, reactionary commentary to gameplay and sometimes answering your questions and stuff and reacting to what you guys say. Not going to affect me in the least whatsoever. All right. But, you know, for those who constantly do that kind of stuff, I know there are people on Twitch who literally do it on purpose. They'll say something racial. They'll say something sexual or something just to get a rise. And that's how they get their attention, by being like shock streamers, right? They're done. Apparently they're done. From what they're saying, it's done. It's not going to be tolerated anymore. You know, it's one thing to do a one-off joke. It's another thing for someone who's saying the N-word. You know what I mean? Or is using that kind of comedy. You can't do it anymore. It's done. So apparently, it's over. And, you know, a lot of people are saying, oh, it's SJW rules. SJW rules. Well, the bottom line is, you know, you have a business to maintain. You don't want some of your top guys to be shock streamers who are only doing it for the sake of shock value. They're not putting out quality gameplay. They're not putting out entertaining content outside of just acting shocking for, you know, little kids to think that it's funny. So I understand why they're doing it. How they're going to enforce it, I don't know. But as I said, for me, it's not going to affect me at all. I don't do that kind of stuff. All right? The second change that they're doing, and this one's going to be huge in my opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, sexual content, i.e. the clothing that you wear on stream, and all these factors are going to come in. What you talk about on stream, the angle of your camera and webcam on stream, the clothing you're wearing. So basically what they're saying is they finally have realized titty streamers are rampant on Twitch, and there are probably about 100 titty streamers who are making insane amounts of money for just showing off their tits. Literally doing everything but showing their nipples, pretty much, you know. I've seen these girls on Twitch wearing incredibly short shorts, you know, insanely tight tank top with their, you can see their fucking nipples through the shirt, right? And they're doing this streaming, and they suck at games. They're not gaming because they're good. They're gaming because they just, money comes in for it. And they're doing this constantly. All right. Yeah, it's done pretty much. Here, let me, actually, the line that I read out of the new community guidelines that really struck a chord with me. All right. Here's what it said. No kidding. I swear to God, word for word, it said, when you're wearing, what you wear on stream on Twitch should be appropriate if you were to walk into anyone else's real life business or a public restaurant. Do you think that a titty streamer could walk into a restaurant in short shorts and their titties hanging out where you could see their nipples? Do you really think that they're going to be able to do that in a public place? Fuck no. They'd be thrown out immediately. And so, you know, this is it. If Twitch actually begins to enforce these new guidelines, all right, titty streamers are done on Twitch completely. They're 100% done. There's no way they could do what they're doing anymore. They're basically just going to have to go back to dressing normal, to which, guess what? They're not going to get those horny-ass, mouth-drooling idiots anymore coming in and throwing them tons of money to see their titties. That's just not going to happen anymore. So there you go. Kind of funny, right? That it took this long. It took this long for Twitch to finally change their terms of service to crack down on this stuff. Now, it's hilarious because they said, well, we realize that these changes may very negatively affect some people. Therefore, they don't go into effect until February 19th. And we're holding a series of town hall meetings. And you can contact us personally if you feel that your business is at risk. Well, let's see. So basically, if you're a racist, bigoted asshole who constantly says insulting things on the stream to get a rise, or if you're a no content, no life, no worth titty streamer whose only value in life is showing off your body for money, basically you're a whore. Oh no, you can't make a living on Twitch anymore. Oh, shucks. And we're all going to be just so, worse off for it, right? I'm sure. Oh, shucks. Son of a bitch. Well, it is what it is, folks. I get it. I understand why it's going away, finally. And finally, quite frankly, the site will be cleaned up a little bit. Maybe Twitch will finally be able to say, hey, advertisers, guess what? We cleaned up our act. We got rid of the fucking nonsense on our website. You can now put ads. Forget YouTube, because you know YouTube won't give ads properly anyway. Come to us. Give us your advertisements you didn't want to put on YouTube. We've got all these new influx of people constantly. Look at how many people watch our streams here on Twitch. YouTube is the old news, the garbage, and automated algorithm garbage. Come over here. I almost get the feeling, no lie, I think that's why they're doing this, folks. I do. I think that's why they're doing this, because they see the big opportunity here to take all the advertisements that's been leaving YouTube and bring them to Twitch, but they have to clean up Twitch in order to do that. And I think that's why they're doing this, okay? So there you go. Now, that being said, folks, there's one other thing that I should bring up, all right? Because it's a big one, all right? And this one actually recently affected someone here on the streams, all right? The new rule, this is another new rule in Twitch's community guidelines. Your behavior outside of Twitch, including other public forums, other social media, and other places outside of Twitch, can actually affect whether or not Twitch determines if you're able to use the business and if you get banned. So you could literally be here on Twitch doing nothing wrong whatsoever, but if you then go on social media and attack people from Twitch, you could get banned on Twitch. All right? I'm going to give you an example because it just happened. All right? It just happened. Vidar. Everyone knows Vidar Viking, right? Used to be a mod here. A longtime fan, viewer, supporter. But I warned him time and time again. I said, Vidar, stop leaving Twitch. Stop leaving your own personal circles of stuff. And stop going over to other places and basically poking the hornet's nest. And I told him a million times, and he wouldn't listen. He kept leaving and going over to detractor websites and going to these negative places and poking the hornet's nest and saying things and threatening them and saying all kinds of shit. And basically after doing that, people screen capped all that information, okay? And about 2 weeks ago, they submitted that to Twitch, and they said, hey, Twitch, here's a person on Twitch who's a mod on a stream chat, and look at all the shit he does to people outside of Twitch. We don't think that he should be on your site anymore because he's, you know, threatening people or whatever. And Twitch read all that information and said, okay, goodbye, and they banned him permanently. Now, he tried to get out of, you know, he basically said, this is ridiculous, you know, what I do outside of your website isn't part of what I do here. It's bullshit, and this is all, you know, spun the wrong way. Anyway, so he's trying to put up with it, but so far, from what I understand, he's gotten nowhere, you know. He's gotten absolutely nowhere. And the truth is, he hasn't done anything wrong on Twitch. It's absolutely true. His behavior here hasn't been bad. It's only been on other places, right? But now Twitch has actually changed their terms to say, we will do this officially now. Okay? So that being said, folks, do I agree with what happened to Vidar? No. But now Twitch has made it official. That's what's going to happen. So I got to warn you guys and gals. Obviously, you guys already have to behave here. You know I have stream rules, right? You know that I have rules that you have to abide by and everything. I don't put up with bullshit. You come in here with racist stuff or you're attacking other people, you're being a homophobe or whatever. I don't put up with that stuff. You know, you guys, you get the boot. Das boot. I don't, you know, we're all here to have fun, to have a positive stream, to have a good time together. Okay? We're not here to be angry with each other and attack each other and do negative stuff to each other. All right? So, I don't put up with that crap. And, you know, already, you know, it's already not here. But you got to be careful now, because if you do that stuff over on your public Facebook page, if you go on other people's Twitters and attack them after the stream and do all this shit, people report you, you might get banned, you know? And there's nothing, obviously, anyone could do about it. You got to be conscious publicly about what you do on the internet. And you know what? Fair enough, because I'm going to say this. A few weeks ago, we had a scare where a few people were getting doxxed. And the truth of the matter was, they weren't getting doxxed because they had any public information on my website or in this chat. They were getting doxxed because they had their public information all over the internet. On their Facebook, they had geotagged photos with addresses in the background, and all their family were linked to them on their Facebook pages, which were linked to their Twitter pages, which were linked to personal websites. You know, you had also all this personal information on the internet, and then you're surprised that someone gets it and trolls you. It's like, well, you put all that shit out there. You can't just, your entire life, you can't just assume that you'll never, ever raise the ire of someone or get on someone's bad side, or maybe, who knows, maybe in life you'll become popular. What if let me put it this way. You got to think of it in this perspective. When I started on YouTube, did I ever think I was going to blow up and become a big YouTuber and then eventually become a full-time streamer that was going to have a public presence and, you know, millions of people across the globe would know who I am? Of course not. I never thought that. But thank God I didn't have millions of pieces of personal social media out there linking to my friends and family and all this shit that people could get it. I never had that. Because if I did, they would have had access to all that and would have gotten at it. You know what I mean? People just assume, oh, I'm just Joe Nobody, so I'll just have a personal Facebook with my friend. Everything's fine. Everything's protected. Nothing's ever going to happen malicious to me. No, it's actually the complete opposite. That shit is out there public to the face of the world, and those who will use it against you will use it against you. I mean, I'm talking about small potatoes. You know, I'm talking about in regards to, you know, Twitch looking at it and banning you from Twitch, or someone trolling you. Dude, there's people out there who will do identity theft on you. They will find out all your personal info and apply for credit cards and loans. They'll ruin your life. You got to be very careful. I mean, this is crazy because I know the last 10 years have been this big burgeoning thing on the internet with social media, and people just ignorantly think it's all safe. It's not. People will find your shit out and they will do stuff against you guys. You got to be very careful what you do in this modern era, okay? So just saying that, okay? Just saying that shit, all right? You know, FYI, be careful, because now Twitch has changed their terms of service, and whatever you put out there somewhere else can be held against you here on Twitch, all right? Okay, folks. So there you go. Twitch terms of service are changed. No more hate, which I don't do anyway. Not worried about that. No more sexual content, which I don't care about because I don't do that. And Be careful what you do outside of the realm of Twitch, because you will get yourself banned here for what you do outside of Twitch, okay? There you go. Be very careful. All right, everybody. So that's it. That's what I had to talk about. Let's now do the typical plugs. Then we'll do some shout-outs for those who have cheered, subbed, and tipped so far. And then we will get started with UFC. Sound good? Sound good, folks? Oh, my God. Excuse me. Oh, my God. I can't stop burping. Well, there you go. Bionic says immediately, well, if there's no more sexual content from Phil, I'm unsubbing. I know. You guys, I know you're only here for the titties. So since you can't see my titties anymore, I know I'm going to probably, lose probably about half my viewership. Sorry, guys. No more tits. I'm sorry. Okay. All right, everyone. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say thank you very much for a very positive end of 2017. And so far in 2018, things have been going really well. I cannot complain. Things are great on stream. Got good views on YouTube. Everything's good. If we keep it up to the level that we've been doing recently, things are going to be looking up and positive for the future. And I'm very excited for the future. All right. But if you'd like to go above and beyond just being a standard stream viewer or a standard YouTube viewer, and you'd like to, go above and beyond to support my ability to do this full time in the future, there are many ways you could do so. The first of which being Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil, where your pledges allow me to help afford the cost of doing business, including the cost of all the video games that I buy, the cost of electricity, the cost of internet, the cost of equipment. For example, I just had to buy a brand new monitor out of the blue because my old one died. I recently just had to buy new gaming headphones and a new controller. So all this stuff factors in, okay? Those who've pledged in the past have dramatically helped me improve my business, including a new microphone, new soundproofing foam, improving everything over time. It's basically patron support that allows me to afford all this stuff, which is very nice of you. But the cool thing about Patreon is that if you pledge, you get stuff out of it. You get unprecedented interactivity and control over my stuff when you pledge. I'll give you some examples. You get text or verbal thank yous in my videos on YouTube. You can actually nominate and vote on games for events. Right now, people who pledged $5 last month are nominating and voting on indie games for an upcoming Indies Marathon. How cool is that? You can get your questions answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King, or you can even get a private Q&A video made that's upwards of 25 minutes long. Everyone who's gotten this has loved it and told me in personal feedback they loved the video. Some people have actually done the perk multiple times because they like the private Q&A video so much, okay? So that being said, all right, Patreon's awesome. Please consider pledging. Check it out, patreon.com/darksidephil. I very much appreciate everyone who is an ongoing patron. And for those who are, maybe considering doing it in the future, thank you in advance. All right, number two, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Teespring at teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. This is my merchandise shop. You can get cool branded content for DarkSidePhil and DSPGaming, such as t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, mugs, stickers. Actually, I wore 2 of these shirts in the new DSP tries that I put out yesterday over on my vlogging channel, The King of Hate Vlogs, so you should definitely check that out, okay? That being said, anything that you buy from my Teespring store, I get a pretty significant commission from, and it helps me out tremendously. And if you share on social media, send me a picture of anything that you buy on social media. My Twitter is @theycallmeDSP. All right. And I will share that on my Twitter of 25,000 Twitter followers. Pretty cool, right? Also, there will be a new line of products coming up soon, just so you guys know, coming up in the next couple of months. My 10-year anniversary is this year of putting out content for the internet, and I'll have a 10-year anniversary line of products coming up for you guys. Pretty awesome, right? All right. So, very nice. Thank you for everyone who checks out my Teespring. Last but not least, folks, if you'd like to be really interactive with me on the stream today, you'd like a shout out, you can either cheer with bits, subscribe to the channel, or tip me. If you do any of those 3 things, I will give you a verbal shout out during the stream. Now, keep in mind, if I'm in the middle of a match, no, I probably can't do a shout out then, but in between all the training time and everything that I have to do, there's tons of opportunity for me to give you a shout out playing UFC. So this would be an ample stream for you to do so, okay? I will be subjective of what I'm going to read out, just to be honest with all of you guys, okay? Just so you know, FYI. If there's a hateful message, I'm not going to read it, okay? If it's something that's a ginormous 5-question paragraph that's more, ample for a Q&A show like Ask the King, no, I'm not going to read it on stream. But for the most part, I read most cheer subs and tips. It ends up being very interactive. It adds to the stream. It's pretty good. So thank you, everyone, and, looking forward to see what you guys have to ask me today. Now, if you cheer 50 bits or more, if you subscribe to the channel and click on the share button when you sub, or if you tip me $5 or more, you'll actually get an on-screen thank you pop up. And therefore, you'll get both visual and verbal recognition for your contributions. Pretty cool, right? So I definitely appreciate that. And, it's a great way for you to get attention on the stream, right? Now, last but not least, folks, before we do shout-outs, FYI, we are driving subscribers this month. We're trying to get 600 subs. If we can hit 600 subscribers here on my Twitch channel by the end of February, all right, we're going to do a special celebratory event. What's it going to be? I'm going to start a new cooking show with my girlfriend when she moves in. The new recipes and things she's trying out, I'm going to be filming before, during, and after. I don't know what the name of the show will be yet, but I'm very interested in doing it. But we got to hit 600 subs in order to do it. It's a celebratory event in order for me to hit the subs. Like I said, me just doing the show is worthless because it's going to be demonetized on YouTube anyway. So what's the point of me making it, right? But that being said, if we do it as a celebratory event, it makes sense. Now, folks, I'll be honest with you. We've lost a ton of subs recently. I mean, I was up to over 560. We're down to only around 513 as of today. Why? Because last month we had a giant rallying of people supporting me. A ton of people came out and subbed to the channel in order to try to hit those initial sub goals last month, which were 450, 500, and 550. We eventually hit them all, which I was surprised. I didn't even think we would hit 500, and we exceeded it at 550, which was amazing. But this month, it hasn't been so hot. I'll tell you why. Number one, because a lot of people in early January gifted subs because they were discounted as gifts in the first week of February. So a lot of people had, discounted subs, I'll buy 5 for just as, late Christmas presents or whatever. And there was a ton of gifted subs at the beginning of the month. In addition, if you remember, last month I was playing Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, which brought in a ton of viewers early in the month and a ton of subs. Now, what have I been playing recently? Dragon Ball FighterZ is dead, right? Okay, Shadow of the Colossus, that brought in a little bit, but not too much. UFC, You see what I mean? There's really nothing going on in the realm of gaming right now. There's nothing to motivate people to come out and sub. So it kind of stinks right now. There's not much I can do about it. All right. All I can really do is keep putting out entertaining streams for you guys and hope that the subs come in. All right. So we'll see what happens. I do believe firmly that once I come back from my time away and I'm playing new games balanced with whatever else you guys vote for while I'm away, whatever I do, I think that's going to motivate people to come out to streams. It's going to be better. We're going to get people pumped and amped to come every day. But right now, I'm trying to finish up this leftover stuff before time away. It's hard to maintain it. It's hard to do it. So, that being said, folks, now would be an ample opportunity for you to subscribe. First of all, in the past month, we've had almost 10 new emotes. The latest being the sub-hype emote. If someone subscribes to the channel, everyone uses that in the stream chat to celebrate. But we've got the DSP Snake emote, the DSP Goku emote, the Sleeper emote, the DSP Pepe emote, the Wrong emote. I mean, we got so many new emotes that have just come out recently that everyone's using and loving. All right. So, ladies and gents, I hope, we can get that goal of 600 by the end of the month. I'm feeling positive about it. I think if we stay positive, we maintain the positivity, we can do it. So let's keep at it, all right? And also, last but not least, FYI, there is finally incentive if you want to subscribe at a higher tier. If you're not aware, there's 2 higher tiers. There's a $5 standard sub tier, but then there's a $10 sub tier called Tier 2, and there's a $25 tier called Tier 3. Just recently, Popsicolo created 2 custom emotes for Tier 2 and Tier 3 subs. We got the Super Saiyan God level emote for Tier 2 and the Super Saiyan Blue level emote for Tier 3. So you finally get exclusive stuff for doing those higher tiers. Now, obviously, the real reason you would do it is because you want to help me out more. I get more out of it. It supports me in a stronger way, and I am very appreciative of that, okay? But obviously, you want to get something out of it, too. Now you finally get these exclusive emotes, all right? So just throwing that out there. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do some shout-outs for those who have cheered, subbed, and tipped. If you want to get a shout-out before I start with gameplay, now would be the time for you to cheer, sub, and tip. All right? So first of all, overnight, I had a single cheer, and it was from Golden Colts. And Golden Colts did a 99-bit cheer, but he actually had a pretty heartfelt message here for me, which I will read. He says, "Hey, Phil, I've got some new life responsibilities, so I will not be able to watch your streams and cheer regularly in the near future. Just want to say good luck with all of them, though, and I'll probably get a shirt from the Teespring store sometime soon." Golden Colts, let me tell you something. You've been one of the big MVPs in the last year. If you guys don't know, if you look at the public leaderboards, which I have a leaderboard for cheering on my Twitch panels right below my stream. Golden Colts is up there. I think he's number 2. He's either number 2 or number 3. He's way up there, folks. He is someone who is continuously cheered most of the time when I'm not even here. I think what he does is he watches a ridiculous amount of ads and earns the credit and then cheers that way. And that's why he has sporadic cheers over the course of the day, because he's watching ads and stuff. But yeah, I am very appreciative for all of your contributions this last year, Golden Colts. Let me tell you something. I completely and utterly understand where you're coming from. There was a time when I used to be a huge fan of certain things on the internet. The angry video game nerd, the nostalgia critic. I would watch everything they put out. I would support them and send them. I remember Nostalgia Critic. I sent, a certain amount. You donate to him and you get access to like all his videos on his site. And I did that. This is years ago before I ever made a YouTube video. And then I just got caught up with my life. I got busy with work, and then eventually I had made YouTube my own hobby. And I just didn't have time for that stuff anymore, And it is what it is. We all grow up and, we grow out of stuff. We move on. Whenever you can, Golden Colts, come on back and enjoy the content. If you feel like ever throwing in a cheer here or there, feel free. But listen, no, there was never been any obligation. I'm incredibly thankful to anyone who cheers, subs, or tips, or supports me in any way. He says he's going to buy a shirt from my Teespring. In any way that you support me, I'm so grateful. You were tremendously supportive last year and, early this year. I hope whatever it is that, personally is becoming more important to you is good. And, it's a good thing, a positive thing that's going to take up your time. And more power to you. And I wish you the best, sir. If and when you could come back, come on back. And you're always welcome. There you go. Thank you very much, Golden Colts. I think Golden Colts deserves a rousing thank you and a round of applause. And this, too. And even this. Thank you, Golden Colts. Thank you very much. Okay, let's move on, folks. So when the stream actually started, it was actually Ponage101 who resubscribed to the channel for the 15th month in a row. Thank you for 15 months of ongoing support, Ponage101. I very much appreciate your support. Thank you very much, and awesome. And then, Ponage actually tipped me $10, and he says, "I'd like to set the bar for tips today. Let's hope your session will be better than the last." Well, here's the thing. The last session worked out well. I was doing really good. If you guys remember, last session, I was learning how to optimize training, right? I learned how to do that. I finally learned how to throw elbows on the ground. I was doing fine. And then all of a sudden, the game says, you're in a rivalry with a guy whose stats were way higher. It was like a ginormous difficulty spike. And I was like, huh? And it was ridiculous because during the fight, I would take the guy down, and then I would go to pound him, which was what it said to do. The game said, this guy's a striker, take him down. And he would immediately counter every move I did, and he had so much more stamina than me, I couldn't outlast him. So I would take him down, he'd reverse, and then stay on top of me on the ground, and there was nothing I could do. So it was a complete waste of time, and it's twice that happened. The second time, I actually started landing elbows and destroying his face, and I still ended up losing the fight to a decision. It was broken as fuck. It was a completely unnecessary difficulty spike, and I don't understand why the hell they did that. So what I'm hoping for today is that because I am turboing through now the early game, I understand now how to optimize the training. I understand how to throw elbows after I not take them down and do maximum damage. That's what I'm going to be trying to do all day today until I can get back to whatever this rivalry is. And hopefully I can win because I'll have maximized my training at this point. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with this game. As I said multiple times, I honestly think UFC 3 is the worst out of all of the ones they've made. I think they fucked the game up bad. I really do. All right. Shout out to Max Clark, 26 Cheese, who did a 25-bit cheer and said, does it smell like up dog in Washington at the moment? What on earth are you talking about? I have no idea what this guy just said. Maybe it's something insulting. I have no clue. But no, I don't know what you're talking about. But thank you for the cheer, I guess. You've confused me. Okay, then. Shout out to Anonysaurus Rex, who did an 8-month, well, resubbed for the 8th month in a row. Thank you very much to Anonysaurus Rex for that 8-month resub. And he says, shout out to pregnancy. Are you pregnant, Anonysaurus? Wow, congratulations. I didn't know. When's the baby due? How does it feel to be the first man to ever give birth to a child? I mean, this is amazing. Okay, then. Anyway, thank you to the resub. Thank you for the resub, excuse me. Greggy did a 25-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Greggy. And then he also did another 25-bit cheer and said, Papa's in the process of being cucked by Mama and Tyrone. Wow. Okay, very interesting information. Thank you for sharing. Jack Spartacus just did a 100-bit cheer and said, it's the best DSP Tries-It ever. Now kick some ass. So apparently Jack Spartacus likes the new DSP Tries-It that I put out last night. Thank you very much for the support, Jack, for the cheer and for the positive message. Shout out to Atlas Telemon, who did a 50-bit cheer. He said, Papa Lou can't go without you that many days. Obviously, he's talking about the 4 days I will be away from streaming next week. I'm sorry, Papa Lou, you're just going to have to make do. There's only about 50,000 videos of mine that I put out in the past 10 years for you to watch in the meantime, by the way. So, there you go. Shout out to YOLO Dopper, who did a resub for the 2nd month in a row. Thank you, YOLO Dopper, for the resub. I appreciate that. Big Boy Dumper did a series of cheers here. All right. Let's go here. Big Boy Dumper, first of all, says, Phil, I've been away. Wanted to catch your Shadow of Colossus videos on demand. I wanted immersion. At one point, I realized I had to turn it off so I could buy the game myself. Well, there you go. Big Boy Dumper did a 25-bit cheer. Says, the stuff you mentioned about online privacy is more real than you can imagine. Guess what? After the Affordable Care Act, your medical records and insurance billing codes have become more collectible in many ways. Companies have all of your prescription records as well. Okay. Alice Telemon did a 50-bit cheer. It says, Phil, the closed beta of Sea of Thieves had only 20% of the content. There will be loads to do in the full game, and if you play that on stream with fans, that will be epic. Well, I will indeed be playing that next month on my Xbox One, because I'm going to be part of the Xbox Game Pass. And so I'll be playing it. If people on Xbox One want to join me in Sea of Thieves, I'll be playing it next month. There you go. Big Boy Dumper did another 25-bit cheer. He says, I had a falling out with someone who knew I had a medical condition and tried reporting me to the FAA, fucked up my aviation plans, and FYI, they had text messages for me to prove it. Be very careful who you trust and what you put out there in modern society, not like old times. And then he did another cheer. And he said, last point, text messages are also saved on the cloud often. Addresses are easily found online. Modern world, there is no true starting fresh. I moved to another part of the country and people I left behind found my university email through the registrar. There's a lot of good in technology, but it's really just a tool and it can be used for good or bad. If you really want to start fresh in the modern world, you need to do something drastic, like change your name or legally or something like that. And then you got to hide and have a bunker underground and build yourself like a hermit and live on top of a mountain by yourself. Oh, wait. Okay, I made up some of that last stuff. I got a little bit carried away. There, folks. He actually didn't say those last couple things. But, okay, there you go. All right. Hold on a second here. Let me take a sip of my drink and then we'll continue. All right. Greggy did another 25-bit cheer and said, bro, let's get this going. Freaking epic, bro. Mark McCauley just did a 100-bit cheer. And he said, Phil, I do not understand your healthcare system. I live in Australia. And I was an inpatient at a psychiatric hospital for 35 days. The hospital stay was free, and I only had to pay $159 for medication. Wow. Well, Mark McCauley, here's how it works in the United States. If I were unemployed, I had no job, I would be on what's called Medicare. And therefore, if I went to a psychiatric hospital, it would be free, and the medication would be free, and everything would be free. However, the second that I get a job and start working, immediately I would start getting charged for healthcare. Now, it depends actually on your income level in the United States. For me, I'm considered middle class. I make middle class income, okay? Now, if I worked for a major corporation, I would have a healthcare plan as part of the employee base of that corporation. What corporations actually do in the United States is they negotiate with these big healthcare companies and healthcare insurance companies to get the best plans for their employees. The most coverage at the least amount of money. So when I worked, for example, for my old office job, I would probably pay around $200 a month, but I had almost full coverage for everything. If I went to the doctor, it would be like I pay $10, $15 copay. If I needed a medication, I'd pay $10, $15. That would be it. So I'd get everything treated and I'd be fine, and I'd pay maybe 30 to 50 bucks tops and I'd be fine, okay? Everything else would be covered by my insurance plan. Sadly, right now, I don't work for anyone but myself anymore. I'm self-employed, which means now I have to get what's considered a self-employed insurance plan. And thanks to, I hate to say it, the Affordable Care Act, basically what ended up happening was all the insurance companies took those middle-level plans for someone like me and made them the absolute worst health care you can get in the United States of America. Because if I were rich, I could afford one of the incredibly expensive plans that would cover everything. If I were poor, I'd get free health care. But because I make a living, because I actually work my ass off to make a living and you know, make money and pay bills, I have the worst health care in America. It covers the least and costs the most. So to give you some perspective right now, the current health insurance I have costs around $275 a month, all right? So I pay that a month, $275. If I go to the doctor right now for an emergency, it's at least $75 just to walk in the door. They charge me 75 bucks. For emergency care, I believe they only cover like 50%. So if I get a $10,000 hospital bill because I broke my leg and needed to go to the doctor and be there for two days with my, my leg up in a cast hanging from a sling, and I get a $10,000 bill, I'm responsible for $5,000 of it out of my pocket. If I go to, let's say, for example, I go to the doctor and they prescribe me a medication. Some medications will be covered as under the plan, in which case I do a copay. Some aren't. So I'll give you an example. A few years ago, my foot swelled up. I went to the doctor, not scheduled, all right? So that right away cost me like $75 to $100. I had some tests run, not scheduled. Every test that they ran cost me about $150 to $200 each, and I had blood drawn, x-rays, and a third test. I forget what the third test was. So right there, it was around $500 out of pocket. Then they prescribed me an anti-inflammatory for my foot. Oh, that was not covered under my health insurance. $350 out of pocket. So by the time I was done with this one doctor's visit, I had paid $1,000 out of pocket. Oh, by the way, I was supposed to get a refill for my anti-inflammatory medication. That would have cost me another $350. And I said, I can't afford it. So I never went back and got it. So for the end of the time, I didn't take my whole medication. I just had to put up with the pain until my foot stopped being swollen. So that's how American healthcare works. If you're not poor, where you get everything for free, and if you're not rich, where you can just pay for an incredibly expensive healthcare plan and everything's covered. If you're middle class like me, you literally get it up the ass. That's how it works in America. So there you go. There's your explanation, and I'm sure right now you're like ripping your hair out of your fucking head saying, how can people live like this? I've lived like this my whole life. I've lived like this my whole life, which is why I very minimally go to the doctor ever. I can't afford it. Right now, for a little thing, like remember a week ago, 3 days I was sick, 2 days I had a bad fever, 1 day I had a bad headache. People were like, go to the doctor, Phil, go to the doctor. If I went to the doctor, I would have at least paid $500, if not more. Now, guess what? My sickness is gone. I'm fine. So why would I have gone to the doctor? See what I mean? And this is the problem with the American healthcare system. Now, what's going to happen if something serious happens? And by the way, I'm not the only person. There's probably about 1 million or more people in my situation in America right now. There's an entire middle class where if you statistically look the past couple of years, they just stopped going to the doctor because they can't afford it anymore. So they just literally just stopped going. They're all sick and no one's getting treated because we can't afford it. And that's the entire middle class of America now. So now when you go to the doctor's only treating people who are poor and have no money, or rich people. They're not actually treating middle class anymore because no one can afford to go. Isn't that nice? Unbelievable. All right, enough of that. Greggy did a 25-bit cheer and said, Lou is fat. There you go. Papa Lou did a 25-bit cheer. He says, Phil, as the ambassador of your channel, I thought it only right to bring to your attention the mod that keeps banning me and timing me out is now referring to me as a cuck constantly, and I feel like it's unmod-like, and perhaps he should be replaced with someone better, like me, Papa Lou. Alright, well, first of all, I'm going to say this. If you're a mod in my chat, you should not be referring to anyone as a cuck. That is not mod-like behavior. You should not be insulting stream chatters at all. If you feel that someone is violating the rules, you are able to dole out moderation at your desire. However, you should not be insulting stream chatters. And so if this person continues to do that, sadly, they may not continue to be a mod. I'm just saying, all right? I'm being serious. You should not be being a jerk to stream chatters. However, how dare you, Papa Lou, try to use this as leverage to wedge yourself in as a moderator in my stream chat. That is not behavior becoming of a stream ambassador at all. And therefore, because of this now coming to light, I now issue you 3 official demerits. Now you've become junior ambassador to the channel. Maybe if you get back in my good graces, I'll make you the full ambassador again. But you've now been 3 demerits for that. Behavior unbecoming a stream ambassador. Unacceptable. All right? Okay. Greggy says, oh my God. I know a girl. Let's refer to her as Mamalu. I need advice on how to smash. All right, enough of this. Callow Nord did a 25-bit cheer and says, Phil, have you ever considered leaving the U.S. to somewhere with a different healthcare and tax system? You seem to not enjoy living there much. The bottom line is, Callow Nord, I just don't have the means. You know, I don't. Canada would not accept me because Canada actually says for you to go there, you need to have stable employment and or, proof that you're basically going to be paying taxes there long term. And if they just took one look at YouTube and Twitch and my income, they'd say, dude, in the past 3 years, you went from being a full-time YouTuber to a Twitch streamer. You went from this, now you rely on tips and this. You're doing completely different kinds of business. This is not stable, and they're not going to accept me. They're not going to let me live there permanently. So that's out. I can't even afford to go on a vacation to Europe. How could I move to Europe? See what I mean? Yeah, I see your point. The kind of work that I do, I could do this anywhere in the world, right? Anywhere that has good internet and access to these games, I could easily stream anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter. I wouldn't have to be in the United States. You're correct. But I really don't have, right now, I don't have the means. If, let's say, in 5 years, things are going tremendously well, the streams have grown massively in popularity, right? I'm making good money, I'm out of the financial crisis that I've been in recently, and I'm to the point where I have some savings, could I potentially think of moving? Yes. Can I do that right now? Hell no. So there you go. Alice Telemon did a 25-bit cheer and says, in the Netherlands, healthcare is pretty cheap. And I could go to the hospital for x-rays and such and not have to pay anything. Plus, my kids are insured for free. Wow. It seems to me that the land of the free and the home of the brave ain't all it's cracked up to be in a lot of ways. Trust me, we have a lot of freedoms, and there's a lot of things I love about America. I'm not going to be unpatriotic here and say there's not a lot of cool stuff that I enjoy freedoms of here. I do, absolutely. But at the same time, there's a lot of things we just haven't gotten right yet. And our government is so fucking stubborn, and I hate to say it, so fucking greedy about making money hand over fist on every portion of Americans' lives that they're not willing to actually try to do something to fix this kind of issue. So, it is what it is for now, I guess. Big Boy Dumper did a cheer and says, like many things, including healthcare, if you're rich, you're golden. If poor, you're golden. In the middle, you're fucked. Good luck in college admissions. He's right. He's actually absolutely right there. Alice Telemon did a 25-bit cheer. He says, no joke, Cuba actually has the best healthcare system. There you go. Go to the doctor. They give you some Cuban cigars. You go home happy. Perfect. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That's why Cuban cigars are illegal in the United States, because they're actually a well-known cure-all. A well-known cure-all. Okay. Shout out to Atlas Telemon again. He says, I have a family in New York City. They pay more in healthcare per month than I pay monthly for my mortgage bill, plus he's employed. Not surprising. Greggy did another cheer with some insulting weird shit that I'm not going to read. I'm going to ignore it, but thank you for the cheer. Alice Telemon says, Europe has healthcare systems. The U.S. has healthcare business. Correct. You're absolutely, you've hit the nail on the head. That is absolutely correct. You were right, Atlas Telemon. In the United States, everything has to be a business. Education, healthcare, every possible thing that you would think would be a public service to help people instead has to be a method to make money and be profitable, because we're so capitalistic here in America. Everything's got to be about making the almighty dollar. We can't possibly operate a single fucking thing in this country without finding a way to make dirty money doing it. It's that simple, and that's why our healthcare sucks. Greggy did another cheer, said something else completely stupid that I'm going to ignore, but thank you for the cheer. And Papaloo did a 25-bit cheer. And he says, I can't believe you've done this to me, Phil. I thought you loved me. I'm leaving now. Goodbye. All right, Papaloo, goodbye, and I look forward to seeing you in about 5 minutes when you come back. We know you're not going to stay away. And Greggy did another cheer. That makes no sense. Okay. All right, folks. So just a reminder, if you do cheer, sub, or tip during today's stream, I will give you a shout out. Oh, hold on. Big Boy Dumper just said, the idea is if you use the free market business model for everything, it provides more freedom to run it. But the issue is it requires good people to not fuck this over and greed it up. You're right. Free market, as well as trickle-down economics, only work if those who have the money actually abide by the rules of those models. The problem is they don't. They take their money and instead of sharing it or reinvesting it or trickling it down, they hoard it. They put it in offshore accounts so they don't have to pay taxes on it. They do all this underhanded shit. They outsource their labor to another country to avoid paying a living wage here in America. And what happens? The middle class gets fucked because those models don't work when the upper class are just inspired to do anything, by greed to keep their money. There you go. All right. So again, everyone, thank you very much for your cheer, subs, and tips and your support. I appreciate it. Okay. For those of you who do so, I'll give you a shout out. Thank you. And again, keep in mind, we are going for a subscriptions drive. We're trying to get 600 subs by the end of the month. And I certainly hope that and Papaloo's back. Just did a 25-bit cheer. He said, did you miss me? Papaloo, we always miss you, man. Of course we miss you. Come on, man. That's why it was very unbecoming of you to do what you did. We hope that you can learn from this and grow and come back strong. All right, and Atlas Telemon did a 25-bit cheer and said, if you really want to test a man's character, give him power. I know. Exactly. You give a man power, see what happens. You give me power, and I'll go out and I'll talk about, Act S.978 or whatever the fuck it was that was trying to shut down the internet. And, I'll try to do as much as I can to spread information and do good things and protect our freedoms all across the world. You give a guy like Logan Paul power, and he goes, films, dead bodies hanging in a fucking suicide forest in Japan and jokes about it, slaps squid on top of Japanese taxi cabs, and makes tweets to kids saying, oh, I'll swallow a Tide Pod for every retweet. So there you go. Be careful who you give power to, folks. Shout out to Mark McCauley, who did a 100-bit cheer and said Papaloo should be your president. There you go. Shout out to Ballsy Fred, who did a 25-bit cheer. He says, my name is Ballsy Fred now because I banned my Too Quick. Huh? What? I don't get it. I'm confused. My name is Ballsy Fred now because I banned my Too Quick. What? Anyway, holy crap. Oh my God. Thank you to the King. The King just tipped me $100. Thank you to the King for the $100 tip. I appreciate that, sir. I really do. Thank you very, 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 very much for that. And he didn't even say anything, which is funny. He tipped me and he didn't even leave a message. Thank you very much for the support, the King. I appreciate it. And shout out to Atlas Telemon, who did the cheers at $100 tip hype. Yes. Very good. All right, everybody. Everything's calmed down finally. I think it's time to start. So let's take bets. Let's take bets, folks. How many people think I'm going to be able to get to the rivalry and win? And how many people think I'm going to get to the rivalry and I'm going to get stonewalled just like I was last time, and I'm going to lose immediately to an overpowered guy who shouldn't be in the game? Or on the flip side, how many people think I won't even make it to the rivalry? I'm just going to crash and burn and not even make it. Let's see what people say here. I'm curious. Oh, okay. Ballsy Fred says, my old name was Too Quick, but it got banned. Oh, why didn't you just say that? Now I understand what you're saying. All right. All right. Thank you, everyone. Let's end this pre-stream shenanigans. And, all right, and let's get started with UFC. Sound good? Wow, everyone's saying I'm going to get stomped. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for your voters of confidence. You're going to get stomped. Your rival will be victorious, setting up a cliffhanger for Season 2. You're going to get that, Hall going to get that ass. Oh, my God. You'll get robbed by a character that is OP and shouldn't be in the game. There you go. Everyone thinks I'm done today. Wow. Well, maybe this is my final session of UFC then. We'll see. Thank you, everyone, for your support. Let's now begin. UFC, baby. Here we go. Yeah. Let's get it.